Finishing Four. You say, what is Finishing Four? Well, Finishing Four is a campaign to help students to know their plan, to graduate on time, and to save money. Finishing Four does not just only start for college students, but for high school. As you know, entering ninth grade has 4 years in order to complete high school and graduate. And not only that, but they have to graduate on time. So in order to do that, what ninth graders or high school or beginning high school students need to know are the graduation requirements. What you're receiving in your hand is a college and career readiness small packet. Inside that packet, if you open it up, inside the packet has various information. The one thing that I would like to go over is the graduation requirement. You say, why do you go over there? Y'all truly need to know. But Finishing Four talks about as a ninth grader, you want to finish high school in 4 years. If you do not master or know your plan, then you tend to take a little longer in high school than the norm. For English, you have to have 4 English. That's 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. If a student does not master the information that is taught in those various grades, then they will end up being a year behind or having to do some summer courses or credit cover, which again puts their plan down. Math, 4 credits for math, 4 credits for science, 4 credits for social studies. Health and physical education, 1, business and technology, 1, and the arts, 1, and 5 elective credits. Now, if they follow this graduation requirement and they master and they maintain a C or above average, then they will finish high school in what? How many years? In 4 years. Good. That was so smart. Now, once they finish high school in 4, remember, finish in 4. That's the campaign. Finish in 4. Now, as Ms. Greer said, every college is not for everyone. But again, if you look at the packet, we try to cover everybody. First of all, when they're in college, you have course outline for 9th grade. You have course outline for 10th, 11th, and 12th. Once you have graduated, now you're ready for some choices, some options. So let's say that you want a job. In the packet, it has some information about jobs from Mississippi. There's a career building website that they can go on. Also within the schools, we have programs such as the vocational program that allows you an opportunity to find work outside of going on to college. Also, you have those courses where you can learn resume building and how to apply for a job. When we talk about those interviews, what do you do? What are the expectations? What you look like, as Mr. Gordon talked about, providing those opportunities for students to be better aware of what it is that they need to do. Excuse me. Now, let's say you choose the college route. Again, we want anyone that goes to a 4-year college. Why is it called a 4-year college? Because you're supposed to finish in what? Finish in 4. So how does a student know to finish in 4? Well, if you take out your little brochure, if you receive one of these, inside it gives you some idea of what does it mean. As they get you some, I'll just kind of go over it. When you think about going to college, you think about, okay, I'm going to a 4-year college because I want to receive a bachelor's degree. That's the purpose of going to a 4-year college. Well, think about it. A freshman entering a university tends to not know the plan in which they have to do in order to major in some career field. So they say, well, you know what, maybe I wasn't the best student in high school. So when I go to Jackson State University, I'm going to major in education. They say, okay, I'm going to major in education. But when I get ready to take my courses, I'm only going to take 12 hours. Now, if I take 12, right, somebody's like, no. So you think about it. If your student does not know their plan, remember we talked about the finishing 4 is brochure, it says that 12 credit hours equates to 5 years. So can you imagine a student, a freshman, a sophomore, a junior saying, oh my gosh, Ms. Brown's so hard, I'm going to avoid it, I'm going to take her as my junior. So this year, I'm only going to take maybe, 11 hours, go in the summertime. So that's why our students end up staying in college for 5 or more years, or not finishing their first 4 years. They sit out, and we go, oh, it's because of money and various things like that, but that's fine. But when you come back, you're still where you left off, which means that you're adding more years. So again, remember, know your plan. An associate degree. Some people say, well, I may not want to go to a 4-year college. I want to start off as a 2-year college. Well, you know what? You have to have a plan for that as well. It tells you again, if you go to a 2-year college and you take 12 credits, then you will be able to finish in how many years? In 3 years. But what's a junior college? How long should you be in a junior college? 2 years. Again, our students will know exactly what they need to do. Because there's nothing wrong with going to a 2-year school, but they need to know that once they get there, what are the courses that are designed or outlined for them to take in order for them to finish in those 2 years. And also, we're going to talk more with them about mega majors, which means that a student knows what they're going to major in, and those courses are outlined for them, so that they won't go and just take random things. Also, we talk about, while in the high school stage, the grades that you need to make, the skills that you need to learn, so that once you go to college, if you're not, everybody's talking about testing, everybody talking about ACT and SATP and PSAT and just all these tests, and they go, Ms. Ivy, why do you have to take so many tests? And I said, because they look at that data to see when you decide that you're going to go to Holmes Community College, and that you ever wonder why they ask for a transcript? Because they want to look and see what type of grades you're making. What's your GPA? Because now they make the determination whether or not you're going to start off in remedial classes. If you start off in remedial classes, you're going to spend 3 years in that community college. You're going to spend 5 years in a university. So what we have to do as a support to our children is to help them to know how to plan their future through continuing education. And that's what we work with our students on, finding a plan that fits them. What do I need to do? What do I need to go? And where and what is my best fit? Okay? So take your information. I'm not very long at all. So take your information. If you have questions, or if you know of someone that has 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade students that are getting ready to move, continue through high school or move beyond high school, feel free to call us and we'll talk about it so that we can kind of help them make the right decisions for our children. Because we want them to continue their education, we want them to get jobs, and like I said, college is not for everyone, and we don't try to just push that. But even I tell the students, they say, Ms. Doctor, I'm not going to college, I'm going to get a job. And I say, okay, well, have you started a resume? Have you made contact with jobs that you want to go to? Do you know what are the requirements? Do you know when they're to accept the application? Is there an entry test? They look at me like, hey, I just want to get a job. And I'm like, right. So still, it's proper preparation for any and everything that our children decide to do. So again, take your information, read over it. You may know of a 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader, and you want to see more information. You want to make sure that they're ready and they're prepared. Just call us and let us know.
Thank you. We're going to kind of continue with this push. We'll do it again next year. Hope we have an opportunity before we leave. They just kind of share the time and kind of talk with each other. Love to get some of your contact information before. It's going to take events like this to try to put some things together. We got to be patient. We got to continue to push forward. We got to make those connections. And then next year we hear about doing some dads. If you were here, bring at least make a commitment to bring one other person. Make a commitment to bring one other person next year in your group. It's just not to get information to our young people and to our mothers and fathers that we know that the importance of that men have, the fathers have, when their children actually in the career. I want to thank the panel, guests for coming. I appreciate a lot of things you said. We're going to be in touch and utilize you more. Just thank you, Mr. Dobbs, for kind of putting everything together. I asked Ms. Dobbs, the Wolf Office in front, Ms. Smith, they were instrumental in helping us put together. Just stand and introduce yourselves. Forget that I introduced you. Just stand and say who you are.
How you doing? I'm Tony Woolfolk, athletic director, assistant principal. I cook burgers at the game.
Good morning. My name is Nicole Dobbins, and ditto to what Coach Woodfall said. I'm just so glad that Coach Woodfall does all those things.
My name is Stacey Smith, lead teacher here as well at Holmes County Central High School. We have one administrator that's absent, but we have her sidekick in life. That's Ms. Ford. She also was very instrumental in this endeavor.
Ms. Horton did an outstanding job. She told you done, okay?
She told me my job.
So we appreciate you coming, parents, share the word. I like Anthony and Alexis. Thank you for. As we do, we try to get children involved, kind of show to lead. And like I said, we're going to do it again. And as I close, I do want to again sincerely thank you for coming out. And Jack says, I thought